きます。世界環境サミットですね、メインブースから再びお届けしてまいります。ここからのお時間はですね、モビリティエンターテインメントと未来のエネルギー生成というテーマで、マグレブビジョンコーポレーション CEO のホセ・エル・グアルド・ジュニア様に登場していただきます。フィリピンの方とつないでになるんですけれども、ホセさんはですね、フィリピンのセブシティ生まれで発明家でいらっしゃいます。でサンカルロス大学テクノロジーセンターで建築学士号を取得されています。最初の発明はスピン誘導レンズの法則によるリニアモーターカー、そして2005年に中国の上海のドミンゴ・ペナロザ社に入社し、さまざまなプロトタイプを開発しています。独自の磁気浮上技術を開発し、世界知的所有権機関にてですね、数多くの特許も申請されています。で同年にはですね、フィリピンにおける中国のパートナー企業ドミンゴソ・ペナロザ社とですね、共にマグレブビジョンコーポレーションを設立されています。2007年マルチカー循環磁気エレベーターのマグレベーターで国際特許を申請しています。2012年にはフィリピンに戻りまして、2015年10月ダバオ市にてダバオ科学技術省に自身の発明品でありますマグレベーターとスピン誘導レンズの法則リニアモーターカーを寄贈されています。同年にもですね、ここで発明や研究に贈られる賞なども受賞されているという方になるんですね。はい、でホセさんは英語でのスピーチになりますので、こちら今視聴していただいている皆様は先ほど休憩の時にもお伝えしたんですけれども、一旦ですね、この世界環境サミットのホームページ、そちらのトップページのお知らせというところを開いていただきますと、自動翻訳ツール、こちらをダウンロードしていただくことができますので、これをダウンロードして、はい、翻訳して直接同時でね翻訳されていきますので、そちらをご準備してお待ちいただければと思います。それではおつなぎしたいと思います。Mr. Jose, could you start please?
Go.
Hello. Hi, I'm Jose Guardo Jr. and I'm live here in the Philippines, in Cantilan, Surigao del Sur. And I want to introduce to you about my inventions. I am one of the inventor of Maglevation Corporation, one of the founders. And when I started, before I start, I want to thank the frontliners who dedicated their lives in this pandemic. They rest their lives so that we will be safe. And I want to thank the doctors, the nurses, the policemen, and those who are in front just to keep us safe. So I encourage everyone to stay at home and be comfortable at home. And we just want to wait until this pandemic will pass by. Before I begin, I want to thank my chairman, Domingo Piñalosa. When he saw me in a magazine, he invited me to China and we started this Maglevision. He saw my invention and he supported me all the way. He's the one who supported me in the prototype development as well as the patents that I'm going to share to you today. I would also like to thank Mr. Masaki Hirai and his colleague, Yuki Orozi Zawa and Caesar. And they are very helpful to me. They are the ones who arranged this presentation and also the organizers of SGD Virtual City for this World Environmental Summit. As you can see, the world prior to COVID, um, we are going towards a green society wherein because of greed, because of our desire to fast track all these economic activities, we forget about our environment. We tend to focus on money and the production of wealth. But however, we forget about Earth, our environment. And this is Los Angeles before COVID. But look at Los Angeles after we had this pandemic. It's a wake up call when every economy will grind to a halt, when every economic activity will stop. And we realize that when we stop using hydrocarbons, there's a stark contrast between what is now clear blue skies in every cities around the world, like Shanghai before COVID, and now look at Shanghai now. I've been to these places many times, and look at it. And in Metro Manila, my city, Philippines, it's the same. It's the same all over the world. And if you look at the satellite view, uh, prior to this pandemic, when the economy starts to stop because of the lockdown and the quarantine, and people are stopping the economic activity. So you can see China, Japan, Europe, there's a great difference between what was it like before and what it is now. We have clear blue skies because we have less and less human activity. So it boils down to uh, seeing that, as according to UN, our ozone layer is healing. The earth is healing. The earth is breathing. And it leads me to my old advocacy about the question about this principle about thermodynamics. Should we continue our hydrocarbon society based on the age-old principles about internal combustion engine or the steam engine before that's based on thermodynamics? Or should we entertain a new model that I will want to encourage during this talk about the idea of cryodynamics? So instead of heat, we use the cold engine technology as the prime mover of change. So we should forget about burning fossil fuel. Instead of chemical reaction by burning fossil fuel or crude oil, I advocate that we focus on electron motion, where the fuel of the future is not based on hydrocarbons, but based on nitrogen. So as you can see, this is one of my latest prototype. Um, I worked this out there in Davao with my friend Ken, and he built for me this prototype that I designed. It used linear reciprocating engine using the principles of uh, superpositioning and superconductivity. So in the future, you will see motor engines, cold engine, that will be designed more as like this. If you have seen this in your screen, all the cars in the world can be replaced by this nitrogen, liquid nitrogen based engine. It will no longer be using fuel that we used to know. All cars, whatever the size, whatever the design, whatever the model, whatever the brand, whether it's Lamborghini or Ferrari or Toyota or Kia or Audi, you can use this technology. Even Tesla can use this cold engine technology. And it can be used in all our cars, in all engine, watch type, shape, whether it's an engine for a submarine or an engine for an airplane or a boat. So there are wide application about this uh, cold engine and it's liquid nitrogen. So I just want to share to you about where where's my inspiration, where I started this idea. And before I share to you about my other inventions, when I was a kid, when I was still grade 6, I watched this movie, The Star Wars. I'm sure many of you have seen this movie, The Return of Jedi. I was grade 6 that time, and I was fascinated by this kind of vehicle, where vehicle are flying as if it's levitating. So I was wondering what laws of physics should apply for the concept of levitating a car. That was my burning desire when I was still grade 6 and in high school and in college. So I was wondering what's the principle until in year 2000, it hit me in my I observed the planetary motion and the electron motion, and I see there's common denominator and spinning. Spinning is common, and it's like universal, be it in the cosmos or in the nanoscale. Spinning is one of the key. So I theorize that what if we allow the magnetic field to spin on a conductor? And ladies and gentlemen, this is Lenz's law. And because of Lenz's law, the formula for Lenz's law is it's in the negative sign of Faraday's law of induction. So that's the formula of Faraday's law, negative sign. But what it means for layman is that when you allow a permanent magnet or electromagnet to move or to spin in the conductor, be it a copper or an aluminum, the conductor will create a field that will repel the external magnetic field. So that's Lenz's law. And I come up with this theory. So if you have the motor and you have a magnetic array, be it a Halbach array, or whether it's Guardo array, or even superconducting array, electromagnetic array, you allow that to spin, and you have this mesh made of conductors. So you will be able to levitate a car, a hoverboard, a skateboard. And in fact, the road of the future can generate. It will harness the motion of people or society, and they will store that energy on the roads. Those are noble concepts. So I'm showing to you, this is a movie from Total Recall. And this is what I see. This movie was produced in 2012. But I invented the theory of spinning maglev car and have the patent. The patent was released by US PTO in 2006. And I got the patent in 2006, but I applied the patent in the Philippines way back in 2002. So anyway, that's the future. And it can be explained by physical laws, the laws of physics. So I have this illustration, the SketchUp that I designed on 3D. And this will be the road of the future. So it will be short-circuited aluminum, thinly sliced, and short-circuited. And there will be collector, there will be generator, so that the magnetic field, as the spinning magnetic field of car, any motion can harness energy. So the roads will energy move. So that thing, so we will go beyond the norm because the future will be brighter using this technology. So if you allow the magnetic array, this is magnetic array, I call it magnetic array suspension stabilizer or MAS. As you allow it to spin on the conductor, you will have a maglev car that can move anywhere in omnidirectional manner, unlike the train where you are just guided. This one you can move anywhere, and you can convert that into hoverboard. I have a design for my hoverboard. I combine the idea of whole engine, and this is my hoverboard. But underneath it is a superconducting magnetic array. So this is just some of the novel technologies that is in store for us in the future. So I have this patent way back in 2006. It was issued in 2006. It was published in 2003, but I filed it in 2002. So these are some of the design. These are just crude idea, but it still use the same principle of Lenz's law, where you allow the conductor, just like this wheel over here. You spin it on a magnetic field, or the magnetic field will spin on a conductor. It's the same thing. And in 2005, I teamed up with my chairman, Domingo Peñalosa, and we worked, and I co-founded with him Revision Corporation in Shanghai. And my other invention is the application of spin-induced levitation for train. And if Japan has superconducting maglev using superconductivity, and Germany has an electromagnetic system, in Philippines, I have a patent and I call it spin-induced magnetic levitation. So another concept that I'm sharing to you is that we can harness the mobility of the people, the mass of the people can be converted to energy if we design it such a way, just like this in the slide, by virtue of gravity. So these are some of the details of my patent. It still uses the Lenz's law levitation principle. Another invention that I have in 2007 was the maglevator, called the multi-car cyclic elevator. So what's unique about this elevator is that we cut the ropes. We will no longer need ropes. Elevator in the future can move anywhere in the building. It can move up vertical or can move horizontal, and it can share more elevator cars in a shop. In 2015, I won the Top Class Award organized by Department of Science and Technology in Davao, Region 11. And I won first runner-up and second runner-up for the maglev train and the magnetic elevator. So in 2015, November that year, I also met then Mayor, and he's now our president. I shared to him our vision, and he's very supportive. He listened to our ideas. That's why we have this build program geared towards decentralizing Mega Manila and using technology as a solution. I was one of the speakers in TEDx in 2010 in my alma mater, the University of San Carlos. In 2006, I worked on the idea about maglev toy. This is the concept of our toy. We worked on this toy in Shanghai, and this is the 3D version of it. And we have a debut of this prototype in Shanghai 2008 Toy Expo. I will show you next the slide. So this is the video of the prototype in Shanghai. And this is one of the prototype that I did in Shanghai. But one thing about this, when I try it to move vertically up, it moved up. So I realized there is an application to this. And in 2007, that's the reason why I applied the multi-car cyclic magnetic elevator. So unlike the conventional elevator where they are moving up and down, and there's only one elevator car per shop, and in fact, recently they have this innovation that you can have two elevator cars in one shop, but it's completely different from the multi-car elevator system because you can have more elevator cars per shop. And here is one of the classic presentation developed by ThyssenKrupp about their multi elevator. I grabbed this from their website. But this is just an illustration of what a multi-car or the mag-elevator can do. It can move up, down, vertically, horizontally. So there's autonomy. Elevators can move anywhere in any direction in the elevator. So I have my presentation of this multi-car cyclic elevator. This was animated by my staff, Sam Kahilig, and he finished this last night. So it's, if you look at the animation, you can have multiple elevator cars, and then the elevator car can move anywhere in any direction. And that's novel because eventually you can have uh, different designs for elevator. And this is the magnetic array. It's use Halbach array as a principle. Moving forward, so these are my patent for this elevator. And the principle of the Halbach array is like this. It's like a magnetic gear. So there's north and south, and it cancels on one side of the array, and the magnetic field is concentrated on one side of the array. So this is not electromagnetic. This is permanent magnet. And it is based on the principle of Halbach array. This is a Halbach array. We use the principle of superpositioning, where we concentrate magnetic field on one side of the array. And if you notice below, the magnetic field is canceled out. The same, and this is Klaus Halbach, and I borrow the concept from him and I apply it to our elevator. So we use the same principle, and that's the reason why we were able to move the elevator anywhere. We cut the ropes. We don't need ropes anymore. And using carbon fiber, we just make the elevator cars lightweight. So the elevators can move anywhere in the building, whether it's an hospital. So imagine you have a building, a condo or hospital, you can have your own elevator, private elevator. So when you buy a condo, you can have your own, so that if there's protection for yourself, for your health, and for your safety, and for your privacy. So you go to the lobby, the elevator will bring you to, say, the parking, the garage, and the elevator car will bring you to anywhere, safe, even to your room. We have compartments where we can store the elevator. So the future is bright. The future is something exciting, I should say. And one of the ideas, this is the technology that my chairman would want to share to you. He is pushing about the idea of us to trash to us technology. So we have this elevator who will collect the trash, whether it's medical waste, and then exclusively this elevator will just focus on bringing the waste to turn into ashes. So this is one of the technology that my chairman would like to share to you. The other application of this elevator in architecture, just like this, is just like this pyramid. If you go to Lakeshore in Las Vegas, the elevator is just normal. It goes up and down. But here, I'm showing you the capabilities of elevator. When we cut the ropes, now the elevator can move along the side of the building. So it enhances the beauty of the architecture, the shape of the architecture that is pyramid. So the elevator will be part of the grand design. So I have this dream about Japan when before COVID, and I saw people lining, queuing, and it's a grim reminder about this pandemic, about the issue of social distancing. And the reason why I'm here because I want to share to you that in the future there will be new norm, and that is social distancing. As long as we cannot find the cure or we cannot find the vaccine, the norm will be social distancing, and it will be used for future pandemics. And our current technology cannot cope with these social distancing issues. So we need to revolutionize the technology so that when we use Maglevator, when we use the inventions that I'm sharing to you, we can go back to normal, but on a brighter side, because we focus on technologies that will no longer promote hydrocarbons, but instead a new source of energy, and that is liquid nitrogen. So again, I want to thank the viewers and those people who are staying at home. Stay at home. As you stay at home, you are protecting our frontliners from harm's way, because if they are focused on less and less client, that means it will not overwhelm our hospitals. So there's a need for a shared sacrifice, and if everybody will understand the logic of quarantine, everybody staying at home is our one way of helping our frontliners. So thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu.
ホセさんどうもありがとうございました。はい、ということでですね、午後の部はこの後も引き続き行わせていただくんですけれども、またね次のステージもですね海外の方になりますね。はい、この後はですね14時になりますけれども、14時からムガール帝国のですね18代目の末裔となります、フィーマンさんに登場していただきます。はい、大変ですね、国際会議とか法廷通訳としても活躍されている方になりますね。この後14時からまたこちらのメインブースで行わせていただきますので、またしばらくお待ちください。